Up now in The Soup, we waltz Cloris Leachman off of Dancing with the Stars.
Wow.
Mix ourselves a martini for Gossip Girl.
That's not very manly.
Find out if Lindsay is still a lesbian.
Is that even sanitary?
And get in the Halloween spirit with Scream Queens.
You very well wear that.
Plus, The Hill's latest love triangle, The Bold and the Beautiful, and the kick-ass clip of the week. Now, here's the host who watches it all for you, Joel McHale.
The election hasn't even happened, and already we're dealing with voter fraud.
I'm not leaving.
I'm afraid you are. Cloris and Corky.
I have to admit, if she'd won, I'd be up all night worrying if she'd die in office. By the way, wishing Julianne Hough a speedy recovery from having her appendix removed. Now maybe they can figure out what's wrong with her brother.
Yeah, Derek's still moving like that. You know what?
Don't worry, everyone. They have a cure for that. It's called football. Now, more Madonna rumors. Yes. So exciting. Access Hollywood has been milking the teat of Madonna's divorce for 3 weeks, and it's almost run dry. But they're able to get this tiny droplet out.
TGIF, did Madonna want to fill her swimming pool with Kabbalah water?
Is that even sanitary?
And is this even a story? Actually, that was the tail end of a separate conversation they were having. But the real Madonna news is that her Sticky and Sweet tour isn't completely sold out, and I think this commercial for her Los Angeles show may explain why.
Say the word in 3, 2, 1.
You know you want it. Come and get it. Madonna, live in concert. See Madonna complain about her bastard ex-husband. Listen to Madonna lecture about Kabbalah. Live November 6th, Dodger Stadium. So you know Madonna won't shut up about the election, no matter who wins. Wish you were deaf when Madonna won't shut up about Alex Rodriguez. If you want to hear a middle-aged woman complain for 2 hours and can't afford to fly to your mother's house, this is your chance. Madonna's Bitching and Moaning Tour. Oh yeah, she'll also be playing some songs.
All right, now I'll go to that. Hope I have time to get a babysitter. In Miley Cyrus news...
It's Miley!
Miley Cyrus was on Ryan Seacrest.
It's Miley!
Radio show and refused to confirm that she's dating 20-year-old underwear model Justin Gaston, because that would be entrapment.
It's still a felony!
Miley said she would only answer Ryan's question if he'd tell her where he's hiding his pot of gold.
He's tiny!
In celebrity and politics news...
It's McCain!
Shut up! Larry King had 4 women on his show to discuss Sarah Palin, and when the topic of the Republican Party fracturing came up, Larry had a Freudian slip.
Janine Turner, does John King's report about cleavage in the campaign that might lead to a new Republican Party bother you?
Say that again? What?
Does the cleavage that John King just reported might even lead to separation of the party, a different Republican Party?
Well, I don't know.
Does that bother you?
Sorry, I didn't mean to use the term cleavage. I meant tatas. What do you think about the Republican Party's tatas? Cleveland, Ohio, you're on with Janine Turner's rack. Elizabeth Hasselbeck introduced Republican vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin at rallies Sunday in Florida. They bonded over how much they hate abortion, taxes, and that old person smell. It must have been a slow news week at Extra because they actually started discussing current events.
Mario and Barack, the big exclusive that almost didn't happen.
Quick sign some books first? Oh, I'm going to sign books and I'll be right back.
How everything that could possibly go wrong did on the way there.
Right when we're about to start, the lights go out on the camera.
Oh, you think you had a tough day, Mario? Barack Obama wound up getting interviewed by you. Let's talk about healthcare, Senator. How many crunches can you do? Shirts off. Okay. In family news, Charlie Sheen and wife Brooke Mueller are expecting twin boys. Charlie says it's not that big of a deal. He's had twins before. In celebrity relationship news, the annual Halloween party was held at the Playboy Mansion and was attended by all 3 of the lame duck girls next door and the girls next door elect twins Carissa and Christina. Everyone says it wasn't at all awkward, but keep in mind that these are 3 women who've had sex with the same man for years and 2 sisters who are now going to share him with each other. Nice. So their definition of awkward might not be the same as ours. In temporary lesbian news, a friend of Lindsay Lohan, Joe Piazza, says Lindsay told her she is adamant she is not a lesbian and still loves men. Lindsay added that if anything ever goes wrong with her relationship with Samantha Ronson, she would date men once again, provided she could find one that pisses off her dad just as much. At any rate, if this change does happen, we want to be prepared, so we made this public service announcement.
Sometime in the next several months, Lindsay Lohan may switch to dating men exclusively. Are you ready for it?
When this happens, you won't be able to hook up with Lindsay unless you connect to her with cable.
If you've already hooked up with Lindsay in the past, you'll still be compatible. Otherwise, you'll need to convert your box.
Converting your box will ensure that you can still connect with Lindsay and receive her transmissions.
You don't want to miss that.
We don't know when this switch might take place, so converting your box today is the smart way to make sure you can still get Lindsay in the future.
It's as easy as pushing a button.
I just learned a lot. Did they do a national search for the creepiest cable guy ever? International. In TV news, fresh off the success of the Beverly Hills 90210 remake, the CW is in the early stages of doing the same for Melrose Place. CW, please keep this in mind. It is never too soon for a Viva Laughlin remake. I'm still standing better than I ever did. Release the tape, CBS! Best performance of that song on an escalator we have shown in a while. In movie news, the Jonas Brothers will take to the big screen in an adaptation of the popular children's book, Walter the Farting Dog. Good. Those guys are finally being taken seriously. Big deal. I'm starring in a movie based on a popular kids' book, too. Look at my face. Joaquin Phoenix officially announced he is quitting acting to focus on his music career. We have an exclusive clip of Joaquin playing with his band.
The rhythm mind is the key to the Christ in me. The rhythm mind is the key to the Christ in me. The rhythm mind is the key to the Christ in me.
Let's let that run. He dances too. That's sweet. Let's dance our way into some chat stew, shall we?
Yeah!
So meaty.
Yeah. Oprah Winfrey had the Real Housewives of the OC on because her and Tyra's guests got mixed up at the airport. And Oprah forced everyone into a good laugh at our collective misery. We did not edit this.
I know she said she was feeling powerful like Wall Street. You might want to choose another street these days.
I knew that.
Okay.
Well, it's the look.
The lady in the second row isn't laughing. Have her put to death. That was weird. And now let's move to our favorite local morning news show, Good Day LA, and see what's pissing off Steve Edwards this week.
Britney, Lindsay Lohan, any celebrity trumps everything.
He's giving something to Talk Soup, who is doing what is pissing off Steve Edwards this week.
I love that. I love that they actually have a segment out of that now on The Soup that's called What is Pissing Steve Edwards Off This Week. I didn't even know that until yesterday.
How about this segment?
That's right. This week, what's pissing off Steve Edwards this week is what's pissing off Steve Edwards this week. Now, let's see what's pissing off Joel McHale this week.
You know that's going to end up on Talk Soup, Steve.
Giving something to Talk Soup.
It's going to run on Talk Soup.
It's The Soup, not Talk Soup. The Soup. How many times do we have to ridicule you before you get it through your heads, raccoon lady, old man, and raspy-voiced MILF? Yeah! Good day, Talk LA. Now, let's go over to the Today Show to play our favorite game, Good Morning. Today's contestant is Ann Curry. Ann, your question is, good morning?
Meredith and Matt, good morning. Good morning, everybody. In the news this morning, in other news...
Oh, I'm sorry, Ann. The correct answer was...
Good morning, everybody. In the news this morning, good morning.
Thanks for playing. You're still going to go home with a creepy hug from Willard Scott.
If I'm giving a big hug, that's
Speaking of, whenever Willard announces the birthdays, you run the risk of learning too much about Willard, and this week was no different.
Mary Burgess, Oakland, California, is 104, lives independently, loves cooking large meals for friends, and especially pork. Me too. I love the other white meat, right? Possum. Anyway, happy birthday to you. You ever eat a possum? I swear to God, they're good. Gertrude Schwartz, Marietta, Georgia, 108. My father used to fix them. He was weird.
I'm so confused. Willard's father used to neuter and cook 108-year-olds? Are you aware of this, Smuckers? Run, Gertrude, run! Oh, she broke her hips. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for reality show Clip Time with hearts breaking on the hills, an old-fashioned wife swap, and The Amazing Race. Plus, what the kids are watching, Dr. 90210, and the kick-ass Clip of the Week.
Would you like to wrestle or something?
It's time for my stories. Appropriate music for a radio play. Last week on The Bold and the Beautiful, we showed you Ridge and Rick fighting, which led to Ridge saying the name Rick every chance he got. And then ultimately, this happening. Luckily for Ridge and his love for the name Rick, Rick survived. Wonder if Ridge will continue to say Rick every chance he gets. Rick?
It's good to have you back, Rick. Is that how you'll forgive Ridge if I'm walking in 6 months? Rick, I'm sorry for what happened.
And stop with your shallow sympathies.
Rick, you're all very concerned.
And stop pretending that you care because you finally got what you wanted.
Rick, I don't want this for you.
Get him the hell out of here.
Okay, actually, everybody out right
We'll
now. Come on.
discuss this later. Take care, Rick.
My name is Steve. Oh, sorry. I'm looking for Rick. All right, this week on Gossip Girl, Jenny got all crazy and took her top off at a party, which made Nate Archibald mad. And Dan was still looking concerned, but things got really interesting when star-crossed lovers Blair and Chuck met up at a bar for a martini because, well, that's what 17-year-olds do, drink martinis at bars.
Just because we've reached an impasse on a certain issue doesn't mean we can't be friends. Oh, oops. I am so sorry. Let me help you with that.
I gave you a shot, and while your efforts were admirable, I'm bored. You ruined my pants.
I just picked these pants up from the cleaners. That clear vodka liquid you spilled on my pants stained them, and they will never be the same. My crotch now smells like Don Draper after a long day at the office. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an algebra test to study for. See you in homeroom. It's reality show Clip Time. On The Amazing Race, Kelly and Christy have finished in the middle of the pack too many times, and they've had enough. This time, they're going to use a little strategy.
We're really going to utilize our brain power to be number one next time. I think we should go straight to the airport, get in line at the first ticket counter we see, then we'll go with the best flight, okay?
Whoa, 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 slow down, General Patton. I need to write this down. Wait, we go to the airport. Okay. We're going to have to do that again. On Wife Swap, a family of California ballet dancers, that's all right, traded moms with a family that lives off the land in Louisiana. But judging from this exchange between the ballerina and her 13-year-old son, I think he wishes he was the one trading places.
Get your underwear, your socks out. Get your head in there.
My parents do dress me.
It is so much fun to dress up Jake. He's like a life-size doll.
It's not that fun.
I wonder what fate has in store for young Jake. Don't dress your kids! On Scream Queens, the Saw 6 starlet hopefuls had to open a box.
I'm really afraid right now. Open it.
Say cheese!
Laura's gonna be pissed when she finds out who stole her wig. Ryan has every job. Over on the hills, Audrina has a dilemma. She's dating Corey, who is handsome, Australian, and treats her well. But she still has feelings for Justin Bobby, who is dim-witted, slovenly, and treats her like a steaming pile of Hill scripts. Nice. Justin stops by Audrina's workplace, where Brandy happens to be recording her new hit single. How do they manage to capture these moments on tape? And delivers this impassioned speech.
I think we have something special. I just think to be in a relationship, you kind of gotta be, like, together.
Yeah. It's just frustrating at times. Like, sometimes you don't put forth as much effort as you should.
90% of my time is with you. It's pretty right on. When I think about you, I don't think of anything negative whatsoever. I will pretty much always be there for you.
Pretty much. I mean, unless, you know, I'm shopping for knitted beanies or, like, cutting the sleeves off my denim shirt or something. But, like, 20 to 35% of the time will be right there for you. I have a glittery helmet. It glitters. It'll be there for you, too, if you want. This week, the girls on Rock of Love Charm School continued their quest to not be sluts. But Rodeo, the dude with the big neck, has trouble when the girls have to show off their best outfits.
I want you guys to write down the one word that you think that describes Rodeo in her outfit. Country bumpkin.
Crocodile hunter.
Okay, Rodeo, let's see what it would look like if you just zip that up just a little bit more. Oh, okay. All right.
Either she has a hole in her trachea or her tea is ready. On the pickup artist, Mystery hooked the boys up to a heart monitor and then let a stripper in the room so they could learn to control their physical response to women, which is useless because their real problem is women's physical response to them. Still, Brian tried to keep his cool.
I shut my eyes because I was imagining that Samantha had a dog face. So her face was a dog with whiskers coming out. So I would think like, ugh, like I'm not attracted to her. But in reality, she's like W-O-W, wow.
Don't you mean W-O-W, World of Warcraft? Later that episode, Mystery showed up dressed like this. All the guys got excited because they thought their challenge was going to be dropping a ring into the fiery pit of Mordor. One douche to rule them all. Thank you. On Cheaters, Sarah explains the past that brought her to fall in love with and marry an adulterer.
A few years back, I was a little thinner and a little more luscious looking. And I was like, you know, on my way to being really a super top supermodel and dated Counts ambassadors. And I really had an amazing life. It was just really superficial. And I really wanted something more than that. And meeting Lance was really kind of what I had always hoped for.
I'd always dreamed a guy would take me away from my really awesome life of almost being a supermodel, dating dukes and archdukes and dauphins, and give me a life where I'd end up being humiliated on Cheaters and then eventually on a basic cable clip show. That's the kind of meaningful life I wanted. Where are the donuts? We'll be right back.
Hold on, the soupiest stuff is up next, including Dr. 90210, What the Kids Are Watching, and the Kick-Ass Clip of the Week. It's a 90-pound humpy dog.
Miley Cyrus appeared on Ryan Seacrest's radio show and refused to say whether or not she is dating 20-year-old country singer and underwear model Justin Gaston. Here are some other things she's refused to confirm. Whenever Achy Breaky Heart comes on the radio, she tells people she's adopted. That she and Hannah Montana are the same person. That The Hills isn't scripted. That Ryan has to sit on 3 phone books. And what the legal age of consent in California is. We'll be right back. Let's find out what the kids are watching, shall we?
Mommy!
Take us to your mescaline-stoked fantasy world, yo double gabba.
Rainbows are so colorful.
Pass the Dutchie to the left-hand side, gay Russian army Urkel. Then this happened.
Hi, I'm Shannon, and this is Strawberry. Michael Chick is making Strawberry smile.
Let's take some E.
Give me some.
On Monday's all-new Dr. 90210, the story goes on a totally expected path when Dr. Ray explains why some patient needs breast augmentation.
Lindsay is surrounded by a veritable sea of breasts. Being a small-breasted woman, she's had a little bit of erosion of her self-confidence. So I think this operation is really going to help increase her self-esteem because she'll fit in so much better.
Dr. Ray, I think it's all your cleavage that's making her insecure. Your shirt, it looks like a piñata with frosted tips. You're very weird. Which brings us to our clip of the week. On It's Me or the Dog, Victoria tries to control a mastiff, but I don't think she's really trying.
Nice to, oh gosh. You're one of those, are you? Sorry. It might look kind of cute and funny to begin with. Here's this humping dog. It's a 90-pound humping dog. And soon it's going to be 150 or 180-pound humping dog. I'm sorry. That's all right. Just let him just carry on doing what he needs to do.
It'll all be over soon. If I play my cards right, I might even get a ring out of it. I'm so British. All right, come see me on November 14th at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Arizona, and November 21st at the INB Center in Spokane, Washington. If you want your soup early next week, log on to eonline.com and check a condensed soup for your daily dose. Go to soupblog at eonline.com/thesoup. Spaghetti can't get in here. We'll see you next week, everybody.